Yes, it's. I thank God that I'm able to come up to give this session. I didn't really know that I'll have enough stamina for that because it's been a lot of work. But thank God I'm here. My job this evening is to trigger something in you. Like I always believe that learning. So I always believe that learning is a continuum, and my experience sometimes when I preach has taught me that. We had the privilege to hold the microphone when we were undergraduates. So you just keep talking, and before you know it, the 45 minutes they're giving you is finished, and you are going back to your room thinking, what just happened? I didn't say what I wanted to say. Yes. Until my mind accepted that no one person can teach all the knowledge. And ever since that has happened, when I have opportunity to say anything, I try to be as concise as possible, and I have adapted the principle to trigger learning instead of filling containers. You know that when you are learning, you can do it by when you just bring containers down, put water, just filling containers. The container will just be there with the content, doing nothing. But when you rather approach the principle of sparking a fire, you know that especially during the dry season, there's public address caution everywhere. Don't throw fire, because a little fire or a little cigarette you throw on a dry grass can actually burn a whole village. I heard of a young man who was traveling, but his vehicle had issues during the dry season. So he parked it by the roadside and ran to the next village. Before he came back, his vehicle was burnt. Why? Because fire was coming from somewhere and just consumed the vehicle. So that is the thing with sparking fire. And I trust that whatever time I have this evening, I will be able to spark some fire. In 2018, we had a project around Nigeria called Tech to Go. You could see it there. And that was 2018. We were teaching a lot of these things that were taught in this conference. And we hosted it in Abuja, Lagos, and Calabar. And thanks to Kingdom IT, Netherlands, who sponsored the project, we had an expatriate come over, and there was a lot of training. One of the things we were teaching then was that let's leverage on technology. That the days of gathering for physical meetings are over. People didn't fully understand then, but the understanding was forced in when COVID-19 struck. And I was getting calls from Lagos, from Calabar. I said, yes. And I remember that time, one man of God, one apostle, had shared with me a vision they had. They had over 50 hectares of land. They wanted to build a university somewhere in Abuja. I had this knowledge. And I told them, okay, you don't need 50 hectares to build a university anymore. But the thing is that it is pride. It is prideful. If I say pride, it looks negative. It's prideful to say our ministry, our church has a university over 100 hectares, right? Many people at certain age will remember 36 exposure. That sounds a bell to certain people. If that sounds a bell to you, just raise up your hand. so that we separate the boys from the the men from the boys. If you don't know 36 exposure, you don't know it. No, you cannot tell me you don't know 36 exposure. The gray hair on your head tells me you know 36 exposure. Let me explain to you. Now, when you have a ceremony, you call a photographer. Oh, you call a photographer and they buy film and attach to the camera. And it's only 36 pictures you can take. So the photographer will first of all ask you, how long, how many times? Oh, so okay, let me buy 4 films. This is 36 times 4. That could maybe 120 pictures. Then you now, one of your relatives just comes last minute and the photographer has only 2 exposures left. Once he takes it, only 1 exposure left. Then someone says, Mommy, I have not taken picture. He takes that 1 exposure. The other person comes, say, no exposure again. You signal the person, just flash. But do we still have 36 exposures? We no longer have 36 exposures because my phone can take pictures endlessly. And if the memory is full, I just delete it because automatically it stores in the cloud. So I can keep taking pictures endlessly. Technology has overtaken that. I want to say that I know that we have a lot of church administrators and people who are still looking at getting 1,000 hectares of land. I'll just allow me to share my own little idea. It may make meaning to you. E-learning. E-learning. I have friends, myself also have taken degrees outside this country, in Australia, in different parts of the world, sitting in my room without traveling. And my certificate is as authentic as anybody else. So, and that is the idea of e-learning. What is it? Is it not to learn? Yes, it is to learn. So must you go to one campus? I know that human interaction has effect to our learning, but there are certain things you don't really need that human interaction. Learn what you have to learn and go. So my job this evening is to trigger your inquisitiveness to operating or administering e-learning. So I'll just use a simple tool. We have it because when we're filling form, I saw that a larger percentage of us are on Google. So I'm going to use the Google platform. Those of you who know Google, you already know that on Google. Look at it here. Look at this Google. You see that, right? You see your mail. That's YouTube because it belongs to Google. Go down. You see, did you see Google Classroom? Look at it there. Google Classroom. Look at it on Google. If you're on your Google, you see Google Classroom. I'm going to click on Google Classroom now. You click on Google Classroom. I want to, somebody asked me during the lunch break. Okay, thank you. Somebody asked me during the lunch break and said, he's a teacher and he's coming into IT. He's thinking of leaving teaching into IT. IT in itself is not an end. IT is a means to an end. So you cannot say you are leaving teaching with 8 years of experience. You know, when you do something continuously for 8 years, it has become part of you. Your job is to maximize that potential. For example, and pardon me, the person is listening to me, but let me just use you as a case study. He majors in early childhood education, right? He has gone through school to learn that. He has come to the field practically to demonstrate that. So the field experience has adjusted what he learned in the class. So 1 year, 2 years, that is changing him. Then after 8 years, he said he wants to drop that. So the idea of IT is that there is somebody who wants to use childhood education, that experience. So you want to be able to still handle your kids, your children in any way you can. So Google has a platform called Google Classroom. I will tell you how to set it up. So like after now, we have put together Kingdom IT community. So we are going to be doing a whole lot of collaborative learning. And besides, we are going to leverage on the network we have. The ICCM family, I'm glad you are all part of the ICCM, because the culture we have in ICCM is that after the conference, everybody will now be integrated into the global ICCM mailing list. So you can talk to somebody in Australia, you have challenge somewhere, you can talk to somebody in Asia, you can talk to somebody in New Zealand. You understand? So, for example, you want to learn about making ogbono soup and you're not a Nigerian. You want to learn. So how do you set it up? How do you find? You know how to find the class. But assuming you're a teacher, I want to teach. I've had somebody calling me from London before and said, look, please, I'm trying to make ogbono. How do I go about it? And we're on the phone. Okay, this is how you do it. This is how you do that. And if 4, 5, 6, 10 people are calling you, why don't you set up a class? You see, you are not buying land and laying foundation and looking for project management experts and looking for people to do all that. Simply online. So with Google, set up your class. One way to do that, I've clicked on the classroom in Google, right? Now this is how it looks like. Now what you are seeing here are the past classrooms we have done. We did Tech to Go. I think Charles was part of Tech to Go. Yeah, 2018. Now you see Tech to Go, computer networking. Now Tim Young taught that. He didn't come to Nigeria to teach that. He was virtually teaching it and class to class. Then we have different people. This is WordPress. Somebody taught WordPress and all that. So how do you start? You see the plus button there. This plus button. You click on it. Now when you click on it, what is it asking you? Join class or what? So if you want to start a new class, what do? It's very interactive. Those days we used to go for 6 months computer training to get certificate on how to type on the computer. Everything is becoming very interactive. And I'm telling people now, if you don't join the train now, 10 years from now will be totally unrecognizable. I was telling my son, we were having a conversation, and I told him, do you know that when I was in school, in the university, if I needed something from home, I would write letter, take it to the post office, I'll post it. It will take 1 month or sometimes 2 months to get to my parents. They will not reply. It will take another 2 months to get to me. That's 4 months. So you may not be able to comprehend that you send a text to America. That I was not here when Tim Young was coming online, and I was called Tell Tim Young, and I told somebody in America, and immediately within 30 seconds he was here already. Now somebody who lived in an era where you have to trek, this is Ibadan, you have to trek like 5 days to get to your town to deliver a message, then trek back just to deliver a message. Then when telephony came, you just die. Now technology is changing things. So I'm trying to expose you to the technology to start training without necessarily breaking bank or taking bank loans and all that. Okay, so let's create a class. because we have not created it before. So it's going to ask you the normal precaution and all that. You say, fine, I've read all your condition. I agree. Say continue. What has it brought out? What is the name of the class? So let me ask now, you, assuming you want to teach a class, what class would you like to teach? No, answer me. Anything, just want to teach anything, any cyber security. Say he likes to teach cyber security. So you write it, cyber security, right? So what session? Let's say you have, my brother taught about project management. So you have, because you want to start this kind of school online, so you want to do first semester, second semester, and all that. So what session? Let's say semester 1, right? Subject is cybersecurity. So I want to do introduction to cybersecurity. So I put introduction, right? Okay. So now there are different classes, just like you build a school. I have 40 students and I want 10 students to be in a room. So I'm creating class 1. You understand? Class 1. You see that? You see, I have set it up properly. Now you can have your own way. It just, computer tells you, IT tells you, get organized. If you don't get organized, you get confused, because it looks like nothing is happening now. But assuming we continue on this train, imagine how much document, how much pages, how much files will be dumped on our system. So in 3 months' time, you are now looking for, so you don't know how to find it. So this is the first step of organizing, right? Then you create it. No, it has created it. It has created it. Now, if it has created it, you see that this is the stream, cybersecurity. You can create another stream on networking basis. You understand? Another stream and other. Then this is the classwork. You want to create classwork. Teachers will really understand this. Now, some of us here, we are smart in other ways, but a teacher will beat you to setting up this thing. You know that? Yeah. So IT is not an end in itself, it's a means to an end. So I will need a teacher to please help me set up this, right? Then you create it. After you create your classwork, whatever you want for your classwork, you already have your syllabus and all that as your classwork. Then the people you want to be in that class. Is it not simple enough? Look at what is on the board. Do I need to see continue teaching? Look at it now. Teacher. Who teaches? You put the teacher's name there, right? Then, because it's my Google page, it has automatically put my name. But I could click the plus button there and add a teacher, right? Click on it and add all my students, right? So the process goes on. So you develop it by yourself according to your interest. Let's look at some of the ones we use in the time pass, the home page. Now, so all of them has come to my home page now. So let's go to Tech to Go with team. Let's see what we had in time past. Now, you discover that there you have the class code. So not anybody you're admitting into this class, you send them that class code. So that not just every Dick and Harry can get into your class, because on the internet, so many people are doing a whole lot of things. So you send them that class code, they can join your class. Then you can post assignment. Say it has written, posted a new assignment. So when your students get into the class, they click on the assignment and they do the assignment. There's a room for it for you to submit there. So that is where I like to pause for now. And I hope that the fire I started have started bringing out small smoke. It's burning, right? I thought it was just small smoke. So tell me how much burning. Just say something about what it has triggered in your mind. Okay, can you? Yes.
I've tried this sometimes. I just go. And I realize it's so simple than what I do on website. It is so simple. It's too much. So I'm going back there.
Can we clap for that? Okay, let him say something about that. What you think? What is you were saying something about for a big school?
I mean, this is an idea that you can use to any extent. To any extent.
Yes.
So children just need to log on from wherever they are. If you are trying to reach children, there are some parents that like to co-educate their children. They want them to be at home while they go to school, while they study, and children are used to all these devices now. So it's very easy to just use this. Thank you so much.
Okay. So who else wants to say something? The smoke, the fire is starting. Okay.
Like we also talk about the training, discipleship, and other things. So this is another good platform that we can start up classes for discipleship or any seminar that you want to do.
And the good thing about this is that you can incorporate video. You can incorporate face-to-face learning. Your students are there and they are watching you. You can incorporate face-to-face. You can incorporate YouTube. You do your videos and put on YouTube and ask them, click, go through this and take this assignment. Then, now the good thing is that just a while ago, we learned about collaborative tools. You can now bring and well, fine. I know that there was teaching on GitHub and all that. Simple collaborative tools we see every day. WhatsApp is a collaborative tool. Okay. Now let's discuss this topic on WhatsApp. And there's whiteboard. Many of you know about whiteboard. There are a whole lot I use Canva a lot. As a matter of fact, I do all my design online. I use it, and they have a lot of these things there online. So I like to encourage you to begin to practice some of these things. Like I said, my job is to start a fire. There are things that you are actually thinking of that I probably have not thought of. So that is the idea of this. So let me pause a while to, okay.
Yeah, I think when you talk about Canva, even the Google Slides, if you want to remain with Google, you can actually create your workbook, especially for teachers. Yes. You can use Google Slides to create your workbook and then direct them to the Google Meet. So it's something that we can also take it up. You can make it a ministry of training teachers how to use some of it.
Yes, and you see, the thing is that some of these educational systems we have, I started with photography where we had 36 exposure and all that. Is phased out. Now, some of these physical face-to-face schooling system is becoming so expensive. You probably have to pay 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. Okay, fine. Let's even come down a little bit to the roadside schools and all that. You probably are. You probably are paying 200,000 a year. You have your house rent. 200,000 a year. Somebody is struggling. My child must go to school. My forefathers did not go. My child must go to school. There are people who are thinking that way. Why don't you provide solutions for them? They have phones. They have phones. Provide the solution, and just somebody who has been paying who has been paying, let's say, 80,000 per term. You know, that's very cheap, right? 80,000 per term for schooling. And you tell, look, just pay me 5,000 naira. I will train your child. Make sure that you have TV in your house. Okay, I will talk about that. I've only talked about this interface online. Television. We have smart TVs now where you can connect your phone and it will be showing on your TV. You can connect internet to your TV. Now, those devices are quite expensive. I'm not going to push you to that extent. These box TV that are not smart TV, that are devices you buy in the market for 20,000 naira. I think Airtel has it. You connect to your TV. It turns to a smart TV. So you can do WhatsApp call. You can do video. So your children are sitting in your living room and watching their teacher teach them stuff. And what you are just charging them, the school on your street is probably charging 100,000 per term, 300,000 in a session. What you are charging is not 20,000 naira. And that's a lot of money. It doesn't look like a lot of money, but you know that once you're online, you have over 1 million potentials to learn from you. So assuming now you charge 20,000 naira and you do per session, per year, that's January to December, per year, 20,000 naira. And you are just there teaching the children. Somebody who has dropped out of school because they couldn't keep up with the school fees tells another person. While the school is recruiting teacher, holiday period, they are carrying van, driving up and down. They are telling each other, there's one school, the man sabi teach. He knows how to teach very well. Before you know, you have 200 students. 200 times 20,000 is how much? So the school that bought all the equipment, you are making more money than them. I see some people are holding their jaw. Now, when the money comes, remember me in your paradise. Okay, let me pause. Contributions or questions? Okay.
All right. You can also consider Canvas instruction. It's way more, okay. Canvas instruction. I've done a lot of training on it. It's amazing. I think it's way ahead of Google Classroom. Google Classroom is amazing. Canvas instructor is beautiful. It has a
Canvas instruction.
Instructor, yes. Canvas instructor. Not
instructor.
Canvas, instructor, yes.
Okay.
Amazing. Okay. Instructor, yes. You can consider it. Schools abroad use it. Yes. School abroad use it. It's more like a LMX, learning management system. Yeah. It's not. Well, it depends on how much you want to use it, but it is not expensive. Now, also for those who have flair for language, maybe Yoruba and Igbo now. I have a friend who is actually now the manager or the sales manager for a particular company. They have a platform called Lingawa. Now they target people in US abroad who are Nigerians, especially Igbo and Yoruba, that want their children to speak their local dialect. Now, a teacher they are going to do the training for you. Once you can speak, you don't need to know all the rudiments. Once you can speak Yoruba, Flex, and Igbo, the last time we spoke, I was almost leaving the mission field. For example, now, an instructor gets like not less than 400,000, 200,000 weekly. Because for every year, $60. If I even bring someone for you, they will give me $45. If I'm giving them, so you can just go Lingawa, Lingawa. You can check it. So I think for teachers, Lingawa. So you can. She said we have people in Lagos now. She was there. She's virtually online, sometimes, and just doing her work. Most of the Lingawa, Lingawa. So yes, that's just it. Just go. You can sign up. And if you can send me your email, she's the one that will interview you and all of those things. So that's, now I also have a document here put together by a friend, Tech Tools for Educators. If you are interested, you can use Moodle, we have FET, we have, I've talked about, okay, Kahoot too. These are platforms that we can use for, for teachers that you can use even to do more. So I have the document here, the PDF, Tech Tools for Educators. So it has how you can use it, where you get it, and all of this.
Okay, let me quickly show you something. Hello, I told you that this was a past project we did, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is the stream. The stream is set to go 4, right? There I gave a description to that stream. Computer networking. The person who taught it is Tim Young, right? Let's look at the classwork we did at the time. This is over 6 years ago. Look at all the works we did. Implementing planned network, implementing the planned network, planning a network, VPN, wireless planning, and all that. Now, this was done in 2018. I can still admit you into this class. All you need to do, just join and click on any of these and watch the videos. Now let's look at the people who have registered to join in time past. The people, look at people there. Can you see people? Let's look at the people. Now these are all the names. Look at Charles, stand up. That's his name. He was in that class. Yeah, that's the record. You get. Now, assuming we awarded grades, I want to see the grades that they had. These were the people in the class. These are all the people who joined the class and what the grades they had. Now, tell me what a school with all the international names attached to it is doing that this has not achieved yet. So, gentlemen and ladies, not talking much, ICCM next year, I want you to come and show us some of the things you have done as a result of this conference. God bless you for coming.
Let me just add for what, because the person came to you. Right now, online jobs, remote jobs. If you know anybody, you know people that they trust you and you are a teacher and they are living outside, especially France and those places, it's getting difficult to get home teacher for their children. So, and you know you are a teacher with that experience he's talking about. If you tell them that you are looking for a student to teach online using Zoom, because right now they want life. They want you to interface with their children and be talking and be writing and be all of these things. Even those who are doing with agents, they are giving them 50,000 per month. And you do teaching just 3 days in a week. So please, online jobs is really real. It's very real. And it's your skill. You are marketing your skill. You are outsourcing your skill. Please talk to people. If you know you are a teacher, they are looking for a lot of teachers now. Please.
So teachers reward, we are no longer waiting for help.
We are not waiting for it
to get teachers reward anymore.
I know nothing less than like 4 or 5 are receiving money, 80,000, 250,000, are still in the university and they can teach other people. So please.
Yes. And the thing about learning, learning is that, we're talking earlier on about data collection and all that. Knowledge is not so much abounding. I don't know how much curriculum our university system can put together, because there's something that you have despised. But somebody is craving for that knowledge, and besides, for those of us who are doing mission training and all that, do you need to tell a missionary to travel from Sokoto to Elisha to come and do a 3-month course? You can set up, your training platform and go through it successfully. Thank you. God bless you.